Hey, I'm Kane. I have a super monotone voice.
It might not come off that way in some videos because I edit the out of all the pauses and gaps. I never thought that it could be improved.
This month, I am going to speak to a speech therapist to fix my boring voice. In the past, I've lost 40 pounds, I've gotten a hair transplant, and this is the most life-changing video I've ever made at BuzzFeed, and you will see why.
One of my biggest insecurities that I don't talk about. I'm very nervous because what if I can't change?
With all that said, let's jump into it.
Let's go meet our speech therapist.
My name's Amy. I work on people who want to improve their speech, singing to acting to presenting. It's not about the speed. You don't need to speak fast. If you stop and you think exactly what you want to say, your point can come across much more poignant.
I noticed you use your hands a lot.
A lot. We talk about what's called the power box, which is right here. You always see politicians doing this. You want them flailing all the way because then your ideas are flailing. But if you have it right here, what you need to do is really try. This is your exclamation point.
What other things do you think I could improve on potentially?
Potentially, and you left it right there. I didn't know if you were done with your sentence or not. Versus if you would have said, so what other things would you like me to work on? I would have gotten the clue like, now it's my turn to talk.
My God,
so especially for an interviewer, another thing let's work on. Eye contact. Because you keep looking up at my flashy light and it makes me want to be like, what's up there? Is something there? It's very vulnerable for both of us. But vulnerability is what makes for good content, good conversation, good dialogue.
I'm really nervous because at the very end of the month, I'm giving a speech in front of over 500 university students. I really want to dig deep and apply everything I'll learn to give the most inspiring and honest speech I've ever given.
One of the things I did is go out and talk to coworkers that I have. Ask them what they first thought of me when they first met me.
The first couple of times that I met you, I thought you didn't like me because of your voice.
Before I got to know you, I was afraid of you because I always thought you were angry.
Since you're monotone, I don't know what you're feeling. Like, are you mad? Are you frustrated? Are you happy?
You're so busy and then so short, the combination of that makes it sound like people are bothering you.
You've known me the longest.
We were sitting next to each other as interns. Well, I didn't think you liked me very much when I first met you. You were always very helpful, but you just seemed uninterested.
Did you ever think I didn't like you?
Yes, 100%. I did too.
What?
Oh my God.
Wait.
I sensed a lack of interest.
Wasn't sure if you liked me or not because I thought we were friends from the beginning.
Friends from the beginning?
Yeah.
What? No.
I'm realizing a lot of stuff about my life that I did not know. At what point did you know that that's just my personality versus like that I don't like you?
Probably about like a year. A year's extreme. Okay, like 9 months, like a baby.
When was the first time I came to your house?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Were we friends then?
Yeah, we were friends then.
Okay. My life is a lie. I'm so stressed.
But I know you now, and so I know that's not the case. I knew you were nice when you were sitting at the stages by yourself, and I stopped and I was like, I'm just gonna finally talk to this guy.
Aww.
And you were like so nice. Just like get that inner fire.
Do I have?
We all have inner fire, Kane. Why you look like you got heartburn?
To hear that it took Ryan 9 months to know that I didn't hate him sucked. I just think about all the potential friends that I could have made through the years. I did not expect to get emotional about it. My perception of the world is a lot different than how it actually is. Like, I didn't know so many people in my life felt the exact same way. Holy, I don't even know how to process this. I love trying to fix things, improving myself and growing as a person every chance I get. Working out, getting fit, smiling more, getting like pre-diabetes in check, getting a hair transplant, getting a personal assistant, like all this stuff. And one of the biggest issues that I've had, only now am I making a video about it. I'm gonna attack this like a motherfucking ninja. By the end of this is not gonna be how I'm gonna be talking.
I need to break myself down to build myself up from the bottom up.
When you're excited, it's like from here to here. Other people even sometimes will be like, is Kane okay with that? And I'm like, yeah, you saw it.
Even if someone says something to you that's wild or like uncalled for, he'll just be like, that's about as expressive as you get.
When you're doing a comment or a statement or you want to sound confident, your voice needs to go down. My name is Amy.
I like gum.
I like gum.
I like gum.
The moment or syllable right before the very end, you're going high-low. I like gum.
I do want to learn to garden because I think that's a really good skill.
Great, don't drag out the last words either. You can just take your finger, touch your thigh.
I started studying video in college.
That's it.
Kane and I will go to dinner or something, and I'll be like, oh my God, that was so good. Kane will be like, it was pretty good. You always say stuff is pretty good when it's excellent. What is it gonna take for you to be blown away by cuisine?
I really need to wash my car because it's really dirty.
I want you to get that across from me with just saying na 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 na
Na na na na na na na na na na na na na na.
Now add words.
I really need to wash my car because it's so dirty.
So when I took your words out, you used every other part of language to get your point across.
Yeah.
And the other parts of language are intonation, are stress,
How am I with compliments?
It's still just very dry.
I said your makeup looked good today.
Yeah. Your makeup looks good today. I mean, but I'm extra, so I want you to be like, come on, face. Because it hypes me up. Okay, lipstick.
That's how you give compliments.
It is, so I just want you to give compliments.
Here's the thing. In my mind, that's how I'm saying it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I really like how the white cuff folds up on your shirt. That's so different, I've never seen that. I've seen 1,000 white shirts before, but that is different. And I was authentic about that. I've never seen a shirt that came like that.
Thank you.
But I want, see? And that was your compliment, and you felt it from me.
So you've given me several gifts through the years.
I gave you a Polaroid. Well, this is the thing. I think you genuinely did enjoy the gift.
I did. Freddie's a good gift giver.
I think what you said was like, oh, I've always wanted one. Because I know that that's how you are, I know that you did like it.
I appreciate that.
Here you go, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're finding the one piece of truth in whatever it is that you're wanting to compliment. Wow. You know what this is also? Is I felt like I had bad breath today, and I could really use this. Thanks so much.
Yeah, literally every single session with Amy, I have a new revelation. It's mind-blowing. Week 2, lots of stuff is being thrown at me.
I know you went on vacation. So I would ask, oh, so like where are you going? Asia.
Really?
Oh, cool. Like, are you going with friends? Yeah, some college friends.
Really? Whoa.
Finding the genuine interest in someone else. That's the thing that is going to spark more conversation. So tell me about your pink hat.
I have 5 of them.
That's crazy. You have 5 of the same pink hat?
Yeah.
The same exact one?
Yeah.
With no logos or anything?
No.
That's already something that I'm interested about. We're gonna talk about getting what you want.
This is one thing that I know I'm bad at. I feel like I ask for help, but I don't know how to do that in a sweet, endearing way.
Think about why a waiter is so friendly, because they want a tip. When you want something, the complimenting of the ability that you're trying to get the help with. I loved your work that you did on last week's video. I would be so appreciative if you could do it again for mine. That can be asking their advice. You know so much about this. I don't know anything about this. Is there any way you would be willing to tell me? I really value your opinion.
You make very passionate, emotional, engaging work. I almost wonder, like, it'd be interesting if people watched your work and then met you and like, are you who they imagined in their head or something?
As I was leaving, her next clients recognized me.
And they went, oh my gosh, you're Kane from BuzzFeed.
I literally was like, yeah, I am. Nice to meet you. I waved and I ran.
You're like, oh yeah, bye, and just ran off. How do you think that comes up?
That I don't like them saying hi?
And that's not you.
No.
But it takes the same amount of time if you stop, change directions. 1, introduce yourself. 2, ask their name. 3, close it out.
Why am I so awkward? I've already been more emotional than I have in the past like 5 years, feeling a lot of feelings. I don't know how to deal. Yikes! You are probably one of the
best communicators that I've met, if not the best. Like, in the past few weeks, have you noticed anything different?
Given the amount of stress that you're under, getting a lot of really amazing things out, you seem very positive, grateful. Anytime there's been a problem that you then need to go to a bunch of people to work around, there's been like a real level of gratitude and appreciation and lightness that I have seen.
Yay!
How to talk to somebody who's helping you out. The 3 things to tell them. Number 1, this is the thing you did do and I liked it. So it gives them that confidence boost, so they're coming into it with a smile. If I'm talking about your outfit today, I really like your outfit. I love how that pink hat brings out your cheeks. And now the exact thing that I want you to change. I'd love to see you in a blue hat. Let's see what that does to your ass. Because if I just came to you and said, you should try a blue hat, do you think like, oh gosh, can I not wear this hat?
I'm so bad at building rapport in all aspects of my life. Also, I inherently don't think I'm that interesting.
This is where I'm saying you don't have to lie if you're like, I don't find myself so interesting. You can be self-deprecating.
I don't know how to do that.
Tell me 5 things that just aren't very awesome about you.
I'm horrible at communicating. I probably work too much. I have really oily skin. I have weak knees. I'm like really messy.
If you're in their home, you've got such a beautiful home. It's so perfect and neat and tidy. I'm like a total slob at home. It makes people feel at ease when they realize like, oh, you're not perfect either. What do therapists ask?
How do you feel?
So it's open-ended. Very similar to tell me about yourself. Tell me what's going on.
How's all that? How do you feel?
I think part of being gay and in the closet throughout my life has prevented me from being able to be vulnerable, even after coming out.
Talking about it, how does it make you feel about it?
I think it makes me feel like it's not totally my fault.
Keep going.
I wonder if things would have been different. Being more open as a person earlier on.
Good. So we had a nice little therapy session here.
Yeah,
That got heavy.
Jeez.
And it all started from me saying, tell me about your childhood.
I'm like in training to be a human right now. You're like Yoda. And every week I'm like coming to learn more, and it's been really eye-opening and life-changing.
Your epiphany today, well, that's a huge epiphany. That's a biggie.
Like, what do I do?
Also know that finding the reason why is huge. You said something so key in there. You said, maybe it's not my fault. It's not your fault. Like, A, it's not a fault to begin with, but it's not your fault. And that's a big deal to take off some of the pressure and stress too.
Something about crying and opening up and being vulnerable, like they're all tied to my speech pattern. I did not know this video was gonna turn into this. Like about me coming out, like what the f? This is crazy. Being in the closet for so long, I just kept trying to deflect attention from myself. I finally know what I need the speech that I'm giving in 2 weeks needs to be about. I'm a pretty private person, so opening up like this honestly is really scary, but I know I gotta do it.
I'm directing a 30-minute scripted video. I have not directed a scripted thing in 2 years. I'm hoping that what Amy teaches will help me on set.
Directors are the fathers of the set. You need to make sure that the whole family is happy. And all of a sudden, it'll be so much easier to tell them what you need to tell them.
I had a table read yesterday. The genuine compliment, openness to hear their input, I think has really been helpful.
Have you seen any changes?
When you compliment, like me and Shane, like, I liked how you guys did that, let's try it again. In the middle of it, you said, Brian, I like the pizza lines. Those are, I like those. And it was simple, that was it.
Pizza lines are great.
Okay, thank you. Small talk before, totally like 180. You asked like, oh, so how's the dating life? And then I was like, wow. And then I started talking.
If I met you today, I would think that you liked me right off the bat. I think you've warmed up a lot. You like smile more. You think out loud a lot more than you used to.
Dude, I feel like you're going down like the right path.
I think a way that you express affection for people is demonstrating that you have faith in their skills or that like you respect what they can do. Like the way that you work with Kevin, our DP, it's very clear that you think very highly of him and you're like partnering with him. Honoring people and respect is a big part of how you relate to people.
I mean, I definitely like that you noticed that. The only reason I'm able to trust you guys to do it is because for Kevin, like all the shots
are 2 to 3 times better than I imagined. It makes my job a lot easier too. And same with you, Bryan, like you care about the character and the lines and how it's coming off. You're always like super fun and chill to work with.
Thank you.
So.
I've definitely seen improvement. You're gonna be like a natural conversationalist. And then I'm gonna want to see your speech and see how you did.
I just wrapped the very last day of my scripted video. I love that they picked up on me trusting them and their creativity. I felt emotional like hearing that because that's what I wanted out of this process. The fact that they said yes to joining me on this journey ultimately does show that they do want to work with me. Now that that's down, I'm gonna switch my focus to prep for my speech. Holy I am still writing my script. Right now, the most important thing is structuring the speech, have something important to say before you can sound good saying it.
So I'll italicize where the emotion is going to be.
When I talk, I do this like leaning back and forth thing. Is there anything I can do to not do that?
Put the weight on one foot and barely have your other toe there. And get a highlighter and just highlight the parts that are fun. Your cadence is up, you're not monotone at all.
I'm happy with the speech. I am exposing myself 100%. I've mentioned stuff that I have not even talked to my close friends about. I'm nervous, but I think this is what I have to do. Like this whole speech and this whole experience in this video is about opening up and not being afraid to be vulnerable.
Hey Boston University, I am Kane and I will be on your campus tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Along with a few other Asian American guests, I will be sharing a lot of intimate stories that I've never ever shared before, and there'll be a Q&A after and a meet and greet, and I'll see you there. Come hang out.
So I am in my hotel room in Boston. The city is so cool. I just want to feel as comfortable as I can with the words so they have impact. I hope I don't choke. What if I choke? I hope that the students get something out of it. See y'all tomorrow.
Let's give a warm welcome to Kane Diep.
I want to start off by apologizing to all the people that I've spoken to in the past in auditoriums just like this. I wasn't being honest with them. I used to teach finding your voice as if once you find it, you're done. But the truth is, I'm still finding mine. At 6 years old, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, my parents and I were invited to go to my teacher's classroom after hours. As we sat in that colorful classroom in the miniature wooden chairs, my teacher told my mom and my dad, Kane asked too many questions. They wanted their kid to thrive in this foreign school system. And they looked me in the eye and said, White, Mo man kam to ye, which translates to, Kane, stop asking questions. And so as a 6-year-old kid, I quieted my voice and hid away my curiosity. Bei Min is a Chinese term that means to save face. And it describes the lengths an individual will go to in order to preserve their established position in society. At 19 years old, after my freshman year of college, I got my braces off finally. And I was a dancer and I was feeling sexy AF. And I was ready. I was ready for my first kiss. But who do I kiss? I was nowhere near out of the closet. I couldn't even say the word gay out loud. And so I jumped on Craigslist. I actually met the sweetest boy I'd ever met. Eventually, he asked me to be his boyfriend. But remember, I had to Bei Min, right? And I told him no, because I didn't think that it would be possible. A week later, I mustered enough courage to ask him to be my boyfriend. At 19 years old, I finally started raising my voice just a little bit and started to explore my curiosity. At 23 years old, one day I was sitting with my mom and she asked me, Kane, when are you gonna get a girlfriend? And instead of nodding like I normally would and letting it go away, I told her, Mom, I'm gay. I don't want a girlfriend. I already have a boyfriend. And she didn't take it well. The thing that hurt me the most was she said, Kane, don't tell your father. Don't tell anyone, keep it inside. And for the first time in my life, I saw that my mom was embarrassed by me. Instead of saving face, I let mine show. And it wasn't a face that she recognized as her son. A month ago, I read a comment, and it wasn't the first time. Why is Kane so monotone? And that triggered a deep-seated insecurity that I wasn't engaging enough when I spoke. And so I did what any other good BuzzFeeder would do. I decided to make a video. And it would be titled, I hired a speech therapist to fix my boring voice. She had me sit down with a bunch of people and ask them, what did you first think of me when we first met? To my utter shock and horror, every single person thought that I didn't like them when we first met. One of my coworkers thought I didn't like him for 9 months. That's the time it takes for a human to be formed. My best friend, Freddie, she said that she also thought I didn't like her for months. And by that point, I thought we were besties. My old voice was direct, it was stern. It made people believe that I wasn't playful or that I was too busy to be bothered. I had to face the fact that people thought I was the Grinch who stole Christmas when I thought I was Cindy Lou. One particular day, in one of my sessions with Amy, I had an epiphany, one that would change everything. Going into this month-long experience, I thought that my lack of communication skills was because of my cultural background or that English was my second language. I never considered the fact that being in the closet for so long and hiding so much of myself that I accidentally hid away part of my personality. And only now, 16 years down the line, am I starting to uncover it. I'm sorry that I used to think identity and voice were outward checkboxes. It's every single building block, every encounter that we've had, every bully, everyone that's told us to shut up and sit down, every crush or heartbreak we've ever felt, every misunderstanding and attempts to fix it, every time we face our fears and all the times we run away from it, every compliment that we've given and received, every truth and lie we've ever told, and every time we apologize. Please don't let others quiet your voice, and always remember to embrace your curiosity. And if we need to show our face instead of saving it, it might be the only way for us to honestly grow. Thank you.